Hello, 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 my angels, my loves. How are you today? How are you? Happy birthday to my Libras. Happy birthday. Um, I listen. I'm a Gemini, so I do resonate with my fellow air signs all the way. So I feel like it's happy birthday to us, even though I'm not a Libra. It's just air sign. Yes, if you're an air sign represent, put your sign down in the comments. Let me know what your sign is. I do want to pull. We haven't done twin flames in a while, and I do want to pull a little energy on a twin flame. Reason being is because I'm sitting in my office and my crazy cat, my crazy dog, keeps running in here, playing, acting like they have no sense. The sense that God gave them is gone. Okay, they're having so much fun, and I feel like that's an energy right now between you and your person. Well, not so much an energy like between you and person, but how your person wish that things could be between you. They wish that they can go back to that day where things were really good between you, where you guys can play, be childish, have fun, let the little kid come out of you, just enjoy each other, enjoy the moments, laugh, do goofy things, be silly together. Know that there was no judgment. It was all just in fun, love, and happiness, okay? Before you guys got to this place where you are now, where communication is strained between you, and for some of you, no communication at all. Divine, bless this, the collective, bless my space, bless my cards as I tap into the energy for this reading. Sorry for the interruption, guys, but it must be a blessing. And so as cute as it was to see this dog and this little kitten run around like they have no sense, dogs represent loyalty, protection. I feel like that person now wants to say, I'm ready to be loyal. I want to come in. I want to protect you. I want to stand up for you. I want to give to you. I want that family vibe. I want that family unit. That cat, that cat is good luck, spiritual. Always they always excelling to higher limits, jumping high, wanting to climb, freedom. You can't control a cat. A cat has to feel you, love you, come to you with time, with nurturing. You can't make them do. You can't order them around. They sense you, who you are. They sense your spirit, and if they love you, they love you. If they don't, they don't. That's it. No controlling. You just have to let them be who they are, authentically themselves. And I feel like that's what that person admires about you. You are like that cat. You are loving, you are giving. When you find someone, especially a Gemini air sign person, when you find that person you give your love to, once you build up that trust. But then once that turn, like that cat turn, you see that other side, 303, and a person just want that playfulness back with you. They hate the space that they're in. So I want to tap into get into a little bit of the twin flame energy. All right, can you guys possibly get that playfulness back? Can it ever go back like it was? It's hard, it's difficult, it's really on you, collective. For some of you, you may feel like you can. For others, you may feel like, no, it's done, it's done. I can't forgive it, I can't let it go. So let's tap into, see what's going on. First, let me see. Let me get a, I feel like I want to pull a timing. Hey, go ahead and give me a time frame to guess I can get a number on what's going on. Give me a time frame on when the collective person when the collective may hear from the person. You have the power to create the timing by taking action. So you or your person, and it's a 34. So 34 might mean something to you. It definitely goes to a 7. So this definitely was a spiritual connection, okay, that could have led to marriage had you both done the work, had you healed it, had you elevated like you should have, all right? Threes talk about growth. So there needs to be growth on both parts. There needs to be healing on both parts. It also talks about relationships. So the relationship had the potential to grow. Initially there was some growth, there was success in the relationship, all right? But fours talk about structure, foundation, stability, and planning. Something happened in the foundation of the building of this. So perhaps this relationship was built on deceit, on lies, on manipulation. All right. Maybe someone was not authentically themselves in this relationship that caused this relationship to go bad. And because the foundation was faulty, the foundation could not withhold the relationship or the relationship was a tower was going to come. It was going to fall apart because it was not built on a strong foundation of trust, on honesty, on loyalty, on integrity. It was not there. The numbers 3, 4 might mean something to you. Somebody's birthday could be on the 3rd, could be on the 4th. Somebody could be a life path 3. Somebody could be a life path 4. Somebody's birthday could be March 4th. Somebody's birthday could be April 3rd, or somebody could be 34 years old, okay? So we'll put that how it goes. Again, that does equal 7. 7 does talk about determination. So somebody might be determined to come back towards you. 7s can talk about overcoming obstacles. So they may, be determined to overcome whatever obstacles are standing in the way of them moving towards you. On the negative side, it does talk about deception and trickery. Again, I told you about that foundation. The foundation was not built, the home, whatever the relationship you're trying to build, was not built on a strong foundation. And that's why it fell apart, because it could not withstand long-term growth, okay? Give me one more timing card. 27, 3 months from now. So within 3 months from now, so we have 343 out here. That's a 3 4. Okay, sorry, 3 4 7 2 is a 9. 27 is a 9. Okay, so with this being a 9, something may happen this year. Of course, 3 months from now would be this year, but something may happen this year, or somebody could be a life path 9, that they're going to come in and say something, possibly bring you some flowers, offer an apology, okay? Say they want to speak to you with the flowers been out here. They want your relationship definitely to bloom, to move from where it is now, from a bud. They want to open up, because the buds are open. They want to open up to you, possibly confess something to you, okay? There are little snowflakes in here, so definitely something could happen in a winter season. We have 27. Somebody's birthday could be February 7th, or somebody could be born in 1972. Somebody's birthday could be July 2nd. Again, 27 is a 9. 34 is a 7. A 9 and a 7 is a 16. That was a tower moment, okay? Again, I told you with this that the foundation of your relationship was faulty from the get-go. Somebody came in misrepresenting himself from the start, and one person was giving more than the other, and because they misrepresented themselves, you kept building on a lie, and that's why it fell. It's like playing Jenga. You keep trying to go to the top, but if you don't make the right moves, the right decisions, the right choices, the whole tower falls. That's what happened. This tower fell because it was not built on a strong foundation. It was built on deceit, misrepresentation, on lies, okay? So let's get more into this twin flame and what they want to say, what official messages they want to say, and what they have going on. All right, tell me what's going on with my person's twin flame. Now that we know, and there's another 3 out here too. 9, so this is a 12. 7 and 2, 27 just caught my attention. 27 up here is a 9, and then with the 3, that's a 12. So that talks about a hangman, surrendering, letting go, looking at things from another perspective. So your person may want to come and open up to you that they let go of a third party, let go of another connection that they may have been in, which caused them to build on a faulty situation, and that they're now looking at things from another perspective, okay? That just drew my attention to bring that to you. All right, so what is going on? Like, what's going on in that dynamic? What is going on with this? Yeah, they were childish. They were immature. They didn't give like they should have. They played games with you, mind games with you. There were, you guys, had a lot of moments where your conversations, your communication was interrupted. There was verbal conflicts. You try to tell them, hey, what's going on? I feel like you're not giving me time. I feel like you're not giving me attention. Or you said you were going to do something, you didn't do it. Instead of apologizing, listening to you, trying to make right what was wrong, I think they played games. I feel like they ghosted you, manipulated you, or, I'll call you back, or no, that's just how you see it, and that's not how it happened, or you're always complaining or nagging. This person was causing you to hurt. They were causing you to feel rejected. You were feeling some pain, some sorrow. You felt like that, maybe they didn't care. They certainly were not thinking about your feelings when they were doing what they were doing, or how their actions made you feel, okay? Some of you cried. Some of you felt like you were depressed because you were loving somebody and you felt like you weren't getting that love in return. Okay. Some of you with this sweater, you tried to cover up how hurt you were. Maybe you didn't want people to know how you were feeling. You tried to stay strong because maybe some of you had a child from this person, or just had kids, period. All right. And maybe you were a single parent and you just needed to stay strong. You know, you still had to run that household, go to work, take care of that child. So, you know, at night, that child sleep, you cry in your bed, you cry in the shower, you cry to yourself and try to cover it up, don't want people to know that you're hurting, how this person is making you feel, because you didn't want to look foolish for people to say, like, you need to leave them alone, you know, because you have so much love in this person. But then you started reaching a point where you say, no, I got to look within. You know, I don't like hurting. I don't like the way this person's making me feel. You know, you started really taking a look at yourself, at the relationship, at the dynamic, at this person's actions, their behavior, their insecurities, okay? And you started becoming more self-aware of how you were allowing them to affect you, allowing them to affect how you're mothering your kids, going about your daily, responsibilities, your work, couldn't focus at work, you know, because you're thinking about what they did, how they did, and you know who they may have been with, why they ignored you, why you ghosted there, like, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, okay? You just wanted some honesty, and you were asking this person for some honesty, but they just were too childish to give it to you. All right. Some of you just wanted an apology. You just want this person to just apologize for what they were doing. Take some recognition. Take some accountability at how they're making you feel. Meet you halfway. You just want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with this person, and this person was just too childish to do it. They just couldn't grow up, man up, woman up, and just have that adult conversation. All right, and all these things was causing this building up on this foundation that was faulty to begin with, and the more pressure they were putting on this foundation was just causing the cracks in this foundation to spread, which was leading to this tire moment where this whole relationship was gonna fall. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. You started getting sick and tired. You got sick and tired of the lies, them standing you up, making promises they weren't gonna keep. Okay, telling you they were gonna take you out. You get dressed, you get ready, they don't answer the phone, they don't text you, you're calling them, they're out of sight, out of mind. Next thing you know, you see them posting pictures or doing something else with somebody else, and you're like, what the okay, you know, I'm not gonna say that word, but you know, you just got over it. You just like, you know, it's time to move on. There's other people trying to talk to me, people asking me out, people don't want to spend time with me, showing me their care, expressing themselves, and yet I'm still holding on to this child, this childish person who's hurting me, missing out on other opportunities. Okay, other people that's expressing that they have feelings for me, they're like me, they're interested, and I'm turning them down, you know, for what? For this kid playing games with me, somebody don't want to grow up, somebody don't want to change, somebody want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, somebody who's bringing me nothing but pain and sorrow. So, you know, you made up your mind, I'm over it, I'm moving on, I'm tired of repeating the cycle with the same person doing the same old thing. You know, they say they're going to change and then they don't change, you know, so you guys got over it. So you know this person's out here having love affairs, possibly with a cancer. You know, 6'9" represents cancer. This person caught a STD, possibly herpes at that. All right, because they're out here being lustful, hooking up with third parties. Your person wanted to be a player. They didn't want to just be with you, and they should have expressed that. Again, the foundation was faulty. They were not honest. They misrepresented themselves to you. Okay. So this person now has this STD, all right. They're being lustful, still out here spreading it around, all right. But the good thing about it is, as you started going within, as you started pulling away, as you started getting an inner knowing, a self-awareness about yourself, and being honest with yourself about what this relationship, that this was a situationship and not a relationship, and it was not going to go anywhere. I feel like a lot of you started like withholding even sex, not even being sexually interested in this person. Okay, so some of you could have really started practicing abstinence, not hooking up with this person. So I think a lot of you, for the majority of you, you were spared, you were protected from catching this STD that this person is now walking around with, because they were being childish and giving into every situation. All right, they were working with other people, you know, building with other people, partnering up with other people, not with you. All right, you realize that this was a toxic love relationship that you had. Again, it really was a situationship. This person had patterns, they had addictions, they were manipulative, they were dysfunctional, they only cared about themselves, what they wanted, what they can get, more like an opportunist or a narcissist. Okay, they knew all along that you weren't going to have a commitment. All right, but they kept feeding you feeding you an illusion that things were going to be something. They just needed time. Maybe they say they were busy. They would have other things going on. They had kids, responsibilities. Once they finished doing this or that, they're gonna have more time to spend with you. That day never came, and you got tired of waiting. All right, because why are you waiting on somebody to find time to spend with you when there's other people that have time to spend to you and want to spend time with you, but you're chasing somebody, asking somebody for time? Let me tell you something. If somebody wants to see you, they will, and they'll move heaven, hell, and high earth to be with you. 1515. All right, you just started seeing this clearly as what it was. All right, I feel like you guys were complete opposites of one another. Could have been nationality, could have been race, could have been spiritual beliefs, could have been upbringing, could have been, financial status, could be anything, but you guys are very opposite of one another. All right, you finally made up your mind that this is too toxic. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm cutting it. It's over. It's over for real this time. You know what? I don't even want closure from you. I get myself closure. I'm working on my own inner peace. I'm moving on. All right, you're childish. I'm moving on with your child. You ain't even got to contact your child, because at this point, you're even hurting your child heart, breaking your child heart. All right, for a lot of them, letting their own child down. All right, not showing up. If you had a kid from this person, not doing right, you have to ask them for money, ask them for time, ask them to show up for your kid and what your kid had going on. And again, they're too busy. They got things going on. And it's because they're toxic. They didn't know how to give love. They only know how to give toxic love, negative energy all around them. This person was just out living a double life, okay? Living a lie, building this on a lie, your situationship on a lie, having secret affairs, hiding the truth all the time, never telling you that they're seeing other people, never telling you that possibly they had addictions that they need to work on, never telling you that they were having third-party hookups, possibly even the same sex, never even telling you that they contracted some type of STD. All right, just being dysfunctional, manipulating you, manipulating the child, just telling lies all the way around, just emotional betrayal. And in the end, I feel like they really just betrayed themselves. And now they want to come in and say, hey, we're in sync. Now that you've looked within, you've healed yourself, you've moved on, you poured into yourself. Now they want to say, you know what? I had some time to think about it. Guess what? I've been looking within myself ever since you've been gone, okay? And now I feel like we're a match. We're in sync. You are the right one for me. After I've gone out and had these love affairs, after I built with someone else, after I've experienced some toxic relationships somewhere else, and you moved on and I don't have you there, now I think that I want to be on the same page with you. I feel like we flow together. I want to see you again. Our energies match. You and I are a lot alike. This is what they want to come in and say to you now. All right. But I feel like you guys, they want to say, we have a love that lasts. They want to give you this message, this apology. Now they want to have this heart to heart and say that I want to grow old with you. I want to be with you. Our love is forever. It's timeless. I have a lot of deep emotions. I never felt this way for anybody before. It's just you. Okay. This person might come to you a little later because these are old people. So this is nothing they're going to come to you soon and say, but eventually down the line, once they've gone through whatever they're going through and they've had time to look within and heal themselves, they may come to you at a later time and tell you this. Remember, you have the power to create the time by taking action. This person, I feel like, has not taken action yet because they're distracted. They're still giving into a distraction, still giving into other options, still always being busy, still have a wandering eye, still keeping you waiting. For those of you who are waiting for your person to come back, I feel like for a lot of you, you moved on, okay? This person's still hooking up with other people, third parties, playing games, drinking, smoking, popping pills, engaging in sex, all right? But this person does see you as high value. They do see you. They do see your worth, okay? You see your worth now, all right? You know that you're worth more than what this person has to offer. This person sees you as beautiful, sexy if you're a woman, handsome, debonair if you're a man. You're very abundant, very confident. It shows. It shows where you are. They know that you're not just something they can pick up on any corner, all right? You're not one of those pick-me chicks, and that they really have to have their life together to come for you, have something to offer you. And they know that other people see you as high value as well. After you look good on your arm, you're something to work towards. You're something to work towards, okay? Something to value. This person said they want to come clean. They want to confess. They want to open up. They want to be truthful. They want to show their raw emotions now. They see things clearly. They've been experiencing some things. Now they have a clear mind. Now they have a clear heart. They're receiving, some insight and clarity. They know the truth now about who you are, what value you bring to their life, and what they want to do. They only saying this to you because they're dealing with some financial debt right now. They want to come in and they want to use you, take advantage, manipulate you some more, okay? There may be debt ridden. Some of them might be on hard times. Some of them may have been out here living beyond their means by trying to provide money to these other pick-me's, okay? Get their hair done, get their nails done, get the money. They say they got a bill. They say they got kids paying whatever so that they can get their hookups, giving people money who were validating them and giving them what they want, all right? Your angels, your spirit guides are guiding you away from this person. They're telling you to have faith that we have something better for you. Continue on your healing. Listen to your intuition. They're giving you downloads in your dreams. They want you to continue with your spiritual journey, all right? Some of you might be seeing feathers around you. That's your angels communicating with you as well. Your person feel like it's unfinished business between you. They may want to come in and propose to you, offer you a commitment, ask you for your forgiveness, saying they want to reconcile. They want to fix the issues between you guys. This could be something that happened during a sunrise or during autumn, okay? But this person is still surrounding themselves with toxic environments, all right? They're getting bad advice from people. They're still hanging around low vibrational people. They're still involved with karmic relationships. So for you to accept this proposal, which is again your spirit guides telling you no, continue on your spiritual journey and continue healing. Like, don't entertain this, because this person is still with the toxic ways, still doing toxic things. They may say they changed, but they're still with the same people in the same environment, so they're still receiving the same energy, connecting themselves, their soul ties with the same thing. They're still chilling with other people, having Netflix and chill moments, having friends with benefits, still spending time with other people, and still lying about their whereabouts, okay? They may say that they're not dating, but they will. Okay, they are. They just don't tell you that. They don't want you to know. They don't like that you're dating and that you're back on the market. Some of you are not back on the market. You're just doing self-love. But for some of you, you are out there dating, meeting new people, okay, having fun, with your new confidence. Some of you have a new look in what you're doing, all right? You might be receiving unknown callers. That's your person playing on the phone, or somebody connected to them playing on your phone, getting text messages from people that you don't recognize, spam numbers. All right, it's them. They just want to hear you, but this person, it's not a wise choice. They're going to keep you in a push-pull dynamic. They want to control you. They want to control the dynamics of the relationship. They're still unbalanced. They haven't balanced themselves out. They're not aligned with their chakras. They have a lot of pride and ego, okay? And they're going to put you in a power struggle because they feel like they need to be in control, all right? And they're not liking that you're free. You don't do as they say. You do what you want. You place your own boundaries. They can't control you. That irritates them, okay? They're envious of you as well, how things come so easily to you. They feel like they have to work so hard to get what they want, and they get it, and then still things happen. Bills come, it comes, it goes. They can't really hold on, manifest like you do, and they feel like you just, whatever you ask for, you get it. Things just come to you so easy. Never really had to work hard. They feel like you just, have like God just has a silver spoon in your mouth, and you say, God, give it to me, and poof, it's there. This person feel like maybe you're doing some type of black magic or something. They're very jealous of you. They're holding a grudge to you. They're mad at you for what you have, what you do, how free you are, your positivity, how you look at life, with bright eyes and bushy tails and your positivity, all right? They do know that you are a forever kind of love, though, and that their love for you is here to stay. They can't shake you. They can't get you out their mind and their heart, even though they're envious of you. They do know that, you're not the type of person that they're going to meet on a daily, okay? But your person, or you, something you're doing might put you in the spotlight, might make you popular. You may have a platform, but I feel like your person, is known in the community. They have, a reputation. People know them, good or bad. It doesn't matter. You put it, your person, everyone, their situation is different. But your person's a narcissist. They love attention, and that's why they keep doing what they're doing, hooking these hookup, these third parties, these love affairs. This is why they caught this STD. Is because they love attention. They like the spotlight. They need the validation. They need to feel popular. It's something in their childhood. I'm telling you that they need to heal. Okay, because they like you, love you, have feelings for you, but you may draw more attention to them, because you're so more evolved over them, and they might be envious of the fact that you are able to get the spotlight, and you're taking the spotlight from them, which they don't like. Okay. But there is a soul contract between you guys. I told you this, your twin flame. All right, there is a soul contract, a spiritual union between you guys. There was some type of karmic agreement that was set for you guys, that was already enforced for you guys to meet and just during this time frame. Okay, this person is spying on you, trying to see what you're doing, who you're doing it with, maybe getting tarot readings on you. I told you black magic was out here, asking about you, stalking you on social media. I told you unknown callers were out here. All right, trying to see what you're doing. All right, who you're doing it with, because possibly you're out here dating and they don't like it. Okay, they may also be meeting with a if they themselves not doing dark magic, they may know someone who does tarot, but that does it in the dark magic, not so much spiritually, and they may be trying to pay them to do something to manifest you back, manifest your return back into their life. Okay, what else? Yeah, this person you dealt with was very stubborn, very bossy, selfish, guarded. They guard their heart, they guard their emotions and tell you how they really feel. They like empathy, didn't give a damn about how their actions made you feel. All right, but they are planning on coming towards you. They thinking about sending you a text message, but then they don't send it. They think about calling you, but then they hide their identity and call you for any spam numbers. Okay, they want to take you out. Okay, possibly on a date to talk to you, to confess something to you, that they have unfinished business. They're strategizing right now, and they're very hesitant on like what they're gonna say, because they don't want to feel rejected, but they do want to feel the connection between you again. Remember, I told you my cat and dog were in her plane. They feel like you guys have a real connection, and the sparks are still there, and they do want to, explore that and see where it can go. So give me, since this is a twin flame, give me some twin flame secrets for my collective. We're 26 minutes in. Spirit guides, give me some twin flame secrets for my collective. Muted energy. Yeah, this person, like I said, they were all about themselves. They didn't share with you. They shut their mouths, didn't tell you what they wanted to say. They were within, They know they didn't share. They held back you, held back their time, their energy, their love. They didn't get to this connection. Again, it was built on a faulty foundation, is what I keep telling you. Like, they didn't want to hear what you had to say. It was about me, all the time. That's what it was for me, the energy. What else? What else? Oh, you wanted to come, but you didn't. See, they don't want to speak. That's that muted energy I'm talking about. What else? What else? My soul cries for you. I do feel like this person at night, when they try to go to sleep, they do sometimes shed a tear, cry for you. You're on their mind morning, day, and night. All right, all these things this time I would do. They do want to say if they had another opportunity for you guys to come together, they would do better, do more, give you more time, give you more attention, not leave you unread, answer your text, pick up the phone, call you, say, hey, big head, hey, beautiful, good morning, my love, good morning, beautiful, good morning, queen. They would do these things. I would drown in a pool of coins if I could spend it on a lifetime with you. So definitely coins, because this person is materialistic and chase that money. But they would, if they knew like they're for certain that it would be the two of you, and they could remove that fear of the unknown, I feel like this person would make some changes. They may walk away from a situation or whatever they have going on to be with you if there was some type of guarantee, some type of certainty. But this person has a fear of letting go of what they own, because they don't want to give into the unknown. They're afraid. They don't have faith in surrendering and letting go. Each lifetime, each dimension, I'm running and hiding. I'm shame, full of regret. I let you carry us on your own. Your strength I'm honored. And you did. You know, I told you from the get-go that I told you I felt like the faulty foundation, misrepresentation. One gave more than the other. And I feel like that one person gave more than the other is you. This person did hold back, but especially with this muted energy. They did not give. They did not speak. They did not say. They were too busy with too many options doing other things, misrepresenting themselves, okay? Being childish. Give me one more on secrets, and then we're going official message. If you have one more, spirits. No. One. Okay. My deception to you was my fall from grace, my love. How could you still love me? I think the question really is, do you still love them? Do you still feel the same about them? They know that what they did was wrong. They feel what they did was wrong. So many things remind me of you. Of course it does. You're on their mind morning, noon, night. You're renting space in their head, okay, without actually having to pay the bill. I replay our conversations over and over in my head. I definitely think that they do. They replay these conversations. This is why you get these unknown callers, okay? Because they are sitting there replaying these conversations, feeling, they're sick and tired, feeling the remorse, feeling the regret of you not being there, and knowing that they were the cause, but they're not going to admit it truly to you. All right, give me something, official message. Confirm official message. Come on, twin flame. What is it? Ooh. Oh my God. They feel abandoned. They feel like you have abandoned them by walking away. They're not looking at what they did to cause you to walk away, but they feel like you walking away somehow abandoned them or somehow triggered abandonment wounds that they have from a parent or someone in their past that walked away from them. That's making them feel a void, an emptiness. I'm jealous. They're jealous of how you're going on, how you've healed, how you may be out here dating, being happy, and they're not happy. They're in a different headspace, okay? It's always been you. It's always been you that they really love. They just couldn't change. They couldn't grow up. They were just too childish to get their act together, to speak, to be that man, that woman that you needed them to be, because they were terrified, okay? They were terrified of opening up and getting hurt again. The way we met was unreal. They do feel like it was fated, for you guys to meet. They do think about the day that you guys met, and I think it does make them happy when a smile on their face. That might be one of the things that they also replay in their head. The meeting, the intensity, the feeling they had, the recognition when your souls met, because they realized now that you were the twin flame, all right, because they've never felt for you, for anyone, the way they feel for you, and how instant it was. It was a soul recognition between the two of you. You forced me to heal my wounds. You are forcing them now to take a look at themselves and heal these childhood wounds, these abandonment wounds, these, whatever they experienced in their childhood, that was causing them to hurt. You're making them take a look at it to maybe see some patterns about themselves. You've healed enough now. Unblock me. I told you, I feel like some of you have them blocked. Maybe why they're calling you from these unknown numbers, these spam numbers, these text messages you don't recognize. They have somebody doing it for them, or they're downloading this text now number and calling you. Okay, they want you to know that you are their person. And that they are starting to put more self-love into themselves so that they can change. Okay, so these are some of the things that your twin flame want to say to you, but they're just too freaking prideful and too much ego to say them to you. Okay, let me get a divine angel oracle. With this being a twin flame, you might be seeing if you guys are destined to come back together, or even just you yourself and on your spiritual journey. Some numbers, because twin flames do bring synchronicity. So let's get some numbers you might be seeing. 676. Okay. Self-love. Prioritize your well-being and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. So you guys need to pour more love into yourself. And funny how that just came out with what your person wanted to say. Your person said self-love. So you have triggered this person to know that they need to go in and love themselves, work on themselves, heal themselves, okay? And this is something that your person was stubborn about doing before, but they may actually be working on now. Pouring more love into themselves. Finding their value, their self-worth, and, placing boundaries and releasing things that no longer serve them. What else? Those just kind of fell out. I want to make sure I get what you're supposed to get. What else? What else for my collective? If it's anything else, give me a jumper if it's what I'm. What else? What else for my collective? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Jumper. Thank you. Refocus. Okay. 666. Refocus to find balance between your material and your spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. You know, we had this one about all these coins that were drawn in coins. I told you, I think your person was focused on the material, on money, put money over love, and putting other things over love, their foundation, their security, you know, wanting to have these things. And I think that that was the problem. They didn't realize what the real value was, and that was love. Okay, and now they need to refocus themselves, and you guys need to make sure that you're focused on what really matters. Material things come and go, okay. You can always get a job, a new job, a new way, and learn a new craft, learn a new skill, make money in different type of ways. All right, but when you find true love, love that's there, genuine unconditional love, someone who values you, someone who respects you, someone with integrity, you know, you need to hold on to that. You need to know that that's a person who has value, somebody that you hold on to and not really let go, because people like that don't come a dime a dozen, and sometimes the opportunity may not come around the second time. Okay, last one, grounding. 432. You are reminded of the importance of staying grounded and centering amidst life's ups and downs. Connect with your inner strength and stability, finding peace and balance within yourself. Don't rely on somebody else to give you your peace, all right? Find it within yourself. 35 when I say that. Uh, it comes within yourself. Like I said, you don't even need this person to give you closure. You get your own closure, all right? Pray on it. Talk to God about it. You know, you see yourself. You don't need them, all right? And as long as you think you're holding on to their energy to come and give you closure, you're still giving away your power. You're giving them to say, hey, I'm going to determine when you heal. No, you heal yourself. You give yourself closure. You work on yourself. Fix your issues, your abandonment issues, your, you know, whatever you're holding on to, you fix that within yourself and move on and get an alignment for yourself. Okay, have your faith and heal and take your power back. Okay, so this is my reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining me on Guided Leap of Faith. And remember, I'm sending you love and blessings, but drop your zodiac sign in the comments. So we want to represent the air signs. Okay, we are still in another air sign, compatible sign birthday season. Okay, have a good day.